Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. This is going to be your stock watch list for the 8th of April. Let's go ahead and take a look at the SPY and the markets. By the way, I did a previous video earlier. It's on Let's Get Ready for the Week Ahead. Check that video. It will be attached at the end of this video if you want to look into that economic information, earnings coming out for the week ahead. So you had the SPY action on Friday. Let's go ahead and look at the daily. Kind of a narrow range on Friday, but holding up above all the fast moving averages here. Volume on Friday, 59 million shares. A little bit light this week in the volume, as you can see by the volume underneath here. We stayed kind of below the 20 SMA on volume for the week that passed. Could have been due to the spring break going on, I guess. So Friday, the action when the employment numbers came out, they popped the market up, the SPY at around 8:30, 8:35. Pulled us back a little bit, and then it was off to the races for the entire day on Friday, but on a narrow candle and lower volume. Let's go ahead and get into that watch list for the Monday. I have quite a few stocks, some big, some small. So we'll start out with Apple here. And as you can see, Apple above the 200 SMA, coming back up to that resistance spot again. About 197 would get Apple clearing this area here. So keep your eye on AAPL if the market's going to continue up. Most likely Apple is going to break out of this slight resistance area here for AAPL. ACB, couple of cannabis names I'm watching. These two holding up the best from what I can see. ACB. Now there was a big, VFF had a big run up this week, up about 12% for the week on VFF, but I like the setup on ACB, holding above the 5 and the 10 SMA here on that name. APHA is another cannabis name I'll be watching, holding above the fast moving averages, holding above the 200 and the 50 SMA for APHA. Going into a smaller name, ARQL. Volume on Friday, over 700,000 shares, kind of in this tight range, this base. It's been there for the last few sessions here and starting to turn back up over this 517 area for ARQL. Looks like it had a good steady close on Friday. AYTU, a lot of eyes on this one as it's starting to turn back up, trying to get up over this gap area, gap down area here, holding below the 200 SMA. Volume on Friday, about 364,000 shares, but it is holding above the fast moving averages, the 5, the 10, the 20, holding above the 50, so might be interesting one to watch either tomorrow or the next few days. BABA also starting to turn the corner, getting back above some of those faster momentum moving averages here, has that 190 area up ahead. So keep an eye on BABA. We're closed at around 185, maybe over 186. Might get BABA moving towards that 190 spot and clear it. Cara looks interesting also, still basing. This is in the marijuana ETF, the MJ. Cara has been basing under 20 bucks for a while. If you can get up over that 2010, if you want to try it a little bit earlier, maybe over $19.90 or so for Cara. Volume has been okay, not the greatest volume, but volume can always show up. So we've been staying around 400,000 shares for Cara as it's been basing and holding above the 20 SMA there. CIFS looks pretty good here. Has that $4 area. We closed at 376. The high on Friday, 389. So maybe 390, 395 gets us through $4 on CIFS. CLWT was popping up on Friday. 1.9 million shares in CLWT. Kind of popped up at the open here, then was quiet the rest of the day. Like I said, it popped up to about 650 back here. So keep an eye on on this one, looking for an intraday setup on CLWT. CRBP also in the cannabis ETF, MJ. The MJ is the marijuana ETF, so CTRB. This one, CRBP, sorry, is a component of that ETF. Trying to, for the last few sessions, trying to get up over $8. If it can clear, maybe 8.10. 805, you could see a push in that one. Derm has been holding up okay. Now it's been beaten down, pushed down. They also came out with an offering on this name. It's trying to get up over that $15 area. It was stopped here, but on Friday, some buying came in, 2.3 million shares on Derm. The RSI down here is starting to turn back up, so keep an eye on Derm over that $15 area. Oil's been moving up, some small little oil stocks that are looking better. You have DNR kind of clearing out of this basing area here, so DNR will be on watch, over 17 million shares in that one. EGLE has been getting insider purchasing in this name. Nice pop on Friday, 550,000 shares on EGLE. It's a shipper. Keep an eye on that one. FLKS, if you like these smaller names, this one came up on a scan because of the volume, 4.9 million shares. It's an under 50-cent name. Looks like 56 cents has been in the way a few times on FLKS. So keep an eye on that one if you like the under $1 names. GBR, a small little oil stock, is starting to turn up here. PED had made a nice run, so keep your eye on GBR. Maybe this one wants to start to turn the COS, a straight oil company here, has that 710 spot up ahead, so keep an eye on COS, an energy name, looks pretty good. LASR is in the semiconductors. Semiconductors have been very strong, has this 2506, 2510 on LASR, 1.1 million shares came into that name. MXIM, another semiconductor name, 5655, might get this one going. Keep an eye on that one in the semi space. NR, small little oil stock, over 955, 960 area for NR. New Park Resources, volume about 500, 600,000 shares on NR. NVIDIA, always keep an eye on NVIDIA, has that 194.07, 194.10 area. So it looks like we're trying to work our way back up towards that. Closed at 190.95 on Friday. So this one will be on watch. NVLN, one of the somebody left a comment on my YouTube, so I took a look at this one. You know, it's a beaten down name. NVLN, but is starting to turn back up. If you like these beaten down names, you are above the 50 SMA. You have that $1.50 area. It hit it a few times and backed off from it. I would let this one clear $1.55. Volume is a little bit light also, 190,000 shares. You see it has some volume pops that go into this stock. I like it best if it can get up over 155. That was kind of a chart request for somebody that left a comment on my YouTube channel. Thanks for participating. OESX had a nice pop in volume the last few days, holding above the 5 EMA, has that 135 area up ahead, holding above 125. Keep an eye on this one for intraday plays. Would like to see a little more volume come into this one. 300,000 shares only on Friday. PGNX popping up here, 1.3 million shares. That's a little more to my liking. Good strong candle here. RSI popping up and nice full close, held the gains on Friday. PGNX, as you can see, it was up all day on Friday. Keep an eye on that one. Riot, if the crypto stocks are going to get a move, we traded this one in the service a few times last week. Once was a swing trade, once was an intraday trade, so this one holding up well. Like it if it can clear up above that $5 area again, maybe on Riot. 3.1 million shares on this name on Friday. SEEL, also another one of these beaten down names, had this gap down, really, a fry pan bottom here, nothing too much going on. The only positive things here is it's trying to get up over the 50 SMA on SEEL. So, I would like this better if it can get up a little more volume coming in and a little bit more turn. The high on Friday was 332, maybe over 340. It might get interesting. SEEL, keep an eye on it. SPN, an energy name, basing here at the 50 SMA on this one. So basing and holding the 50 SMA, starting to turn the corner, has that $5 up ahead. $5 in like 5 cents or so might get this one going on SPN. Volume on Friday, 2.8 million shares as it's starting to turn back up. SRNE, this one popped a few weeks ago, pulled back, held the 20 SMA. Strong stock bouncing off the 20 SMA, holding above the 200 SMA here. Maybe back over 450 on this name. SSTI is another name. Software application stock has that 4605 spot. You see my resistance line. If it can break and get above that 4605, would like to see a little more volume come into this one. But we'll say, Friday was a little bit lower volume day. But SSTI, keep it on watch. TYHT. Also popped up on Thursday and Friday, holding above the 5 EMA here. It's been struggling around that 165. Maybe if it can get up over 165, you might get a continuation move. They gapped it up back here. It's been holding above the moving averages, so 2.6 million on that one. Very looks very nice. Very. It's been holding this $5 above this $5 area, starting to turn back up. It's holding the 5 EMA here. Has the $6.99, $7 area. If it can clear that $7 area, you might get a nice move on VERI. Now, it does have a declining 200 SMA, so I would imagine if it does get up to that 200 SMA, it should be rejected there. So keep an eye on that one. A few weeks ago, some nice volume came into this stock also, VERI. VKTX has had news recently. I think it was their phase 2, phase 3. Has this $11 number up ahead. It's been getting steady buying, holding up nicely on the 5 EMA, holding that trend up. So keep an eye on VKTX. VSLR in the solar space looks very interesting, over maybe 535 on this name. A little under 500,000 shares, but if oil's going to keep moving up, you might want to keep a few solars on watch. FSLR is another solar name that's been getting some buying. SPWR also has been moving up, so keep an eye on this VSLR. Run is also interesting, starting to turn back up on that name. So solars look interesting here. Like I mentioned in the other video, TAN was up quite a bit for the week, up 7% on the week, up over 34% year to date on TAN. So keep an eye on some solars there. XOG in the energy space, 6 million shares came into this name on XOG. Nice pop. Highs on Friday, 543, maybe 550 gets this one going on XOG. ZSAN looks good. Basing here, holding above 450. Buyers stepping in there at 450. Having a little trouble at this 525 spot on ZSAN. So watch that 525 spot, ZYNE. 1, 2, 3, about 4 days up in a row. Would like to see a little bit of a pullback, maybe a move back down to, wherever the 5 EMA will be, maybe back down to about that $8 area for maybe a turn back up. But if that doesn't happen, you see how important this $9 area is. We have also this gap down, this gap that it's trying to fill here. Friday, 8.7 million shares. Strong candle there, strong on the close on Friday. So keep an eye on this ZYNE. Looks to be gaining momentum and trying to make a nice move, maybe over that 9 or a little bit of a pullback on this name could get interesting. All right, this is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. That's your stock watch list for Monday, the 8th of April. Have a good day trading tomorrow. We do a video each and every night, and hope you have a good day trading for Monday.